Page 16. Hello and welcome to another episode of Masoquiztic. This episode is the Twitch Singers episode, and as in that, I can't fucking talk. Didn't get enough sleep. So we have we have Gloopdawg, PrincessPashley, and poppinbuckets. Hey folks, how you doing?
I'm a little sleepy, but
Hello.
oh wait, I forgot.
I've never been more ready in my life.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
heard there were treats. So I'm excited.
Ooh, yeah, sure. Definitely treats.
Treats are like catnip for you, right, Gloop?
Yes, that's right.
So, had no idea that this was going to happen. I categorically deny any existence of the Illuminati spies that told me early that the rumors are false. I did not know that Twitch Sings was going to get the plug pulled on it, or at least get an end date yesterday, because we planned this, guys. We'd been planning this for like a month or two now.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, by the way, does anyone have the link for the petition? I should have brought that up, but
Let me look at my Twitter twats.
okay. Yeah, perfect timing, right, Meow Meows? It's pretty nuts.
Yeah, I've got it. It's right here.
Okay, cool.
So,
Can you post links in your chat?
yes. Okay.
There you
This
go.
is interesting. Yeah, so if you like Twitch Sings and you want it to stick around, there is a petition to get it to stick around. I don't know if it's going to be effective. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But it can't hurt. So, but yeah, all of these lovely folks are Twitch Sings folks primarily. So let's go ahead and get started, I guess. With that said, so let's take a look at our first category, which is cults. The first question is called E-meter, I barely know her. A core practice of Scientology, which is called auditing, is to use a device called an E-meter, which kind of looks like, if you haven't seen one, it's like two little tin cans attached to a sciencey looking little console. But it's actually, if you know what it's about, it's actually used to measure the presence of ancient souls that were released by H-bombs being dropped into volcanoes that people were stacked around in the crazy space opera that forms the core beliefs of Scientology. So the question is, you know this one. Hey, how about that?
Oh.
All right. So what are these lost souls called? Are they called A, Emirates, B, Legolans, C, Thetans, or D, E-pools?
I know what I'm gonna guess.
Do I go first?
So y'all can feel free to
I kind of
to
want
talk
to
it
go
out.
last now that I've shown my hand.
Yeah, I mean, if you already know, why don't you save for last, and we'll let Pashley and Poppin figure it out. Poppin's got the.
Poppin go first.
Well, I'm really stuck. It's like 50-50 for me. I would say it's either B or C. I'm gonna side with C, Thetans.
Thetans. All right.
I'm gonna side with that, but I don't know. Like, it might be good for someone
so
else
me.
to go with B, just because
Right. Just
you know, if
split
I'm
the difference.
wrong, then you can take the advantage. So I'm gonna guess C. Pashley, what are you gonna do?
it's working together. That's what that is.
I'm gonna say, without having a single clue about this, I'm gonna say A.
A, Emirates. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So you have one for Emirates and two for Thetans.
Well, Legoland is where you visit. You can visit that in San Diego when you're a kid. But no, it's thetans.
Yeah, those-
There's a South Park episode that talks about this, where the
Oh,
e-meter
okay.
and the thetans and stuff like that. And if you've
Yes. And what's great about it is that the part where they actually flash on screen that the whole like, this is what Scientologists actually
what
believe
they actually
thing.
believe, yeah.
Yeah, it's not even a joke. They actually do believe that. That is actually like everything that they describe there is there's no
come on.
hyperbole.
What belief structure can you not point at some of the mythologies and be like, really? Is that what you believe? Do you believe that
That's
snakes
fair.
talk to people in gardens and that people zombies rise from the dead? I'm not
Right.
pointing fingers at anything.
Well, this
but
guy
there's a
right
lot
here,
of-
he
there's a lot
believes
of-
in it, so I'm not talking about it too much because
a
I
lot
don't
of
want him.
non-scientific stuff that happens.
I don't want him to call HR on me. These are my researchers, by the way. They're going to be googling everything. And this guy right here, he's a little bit, he's into the Thetan thing. So.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, we won't talk too loudly about it. Eh? Well, let's.
I told him he can't bring the cans in anymore, but. All right.
Yeah. Well, I understand they pose an electrocution hazard, so we got HR reasons for it. So, so we got a point for Gloop and for Poppin on that one. And King, you contributed a point to a random contestant. I don't have an easy way to pick a random contestant, so I think what I'm gonna do is just put up a.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I
just
thought
even
that
it
was a
out,
strategy. I don't know. I
Yeah.
thought if that was a strategy, just ask for it real quick. You'd be like, okay, here you go. You never know.
Yeah.
You could totally even it out, go 1, 1, and 1. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Sure. Why
You have a
not?
three-sided
What?
coin.
Let's do that. We're gonna even it out.
So
We're gonna even
if
it
it
out.
lands on heads, it's Gloop. Tails, Poppin, and then if it lands on its side, Pashley.
That
Exactly.
sounds fair to me.
That sounds. It definitely sounds about as fair as the rest of this game.
I
So
get
let's.
tails because I have a tail. Is that what it is?
Hey.
Oh.
Oh, hey.
Oh.
So this next question is called "Keep Waco Wacko." The Branch Davidians, which are a religious sect who called for a reform of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, was raided in 1993 over various charges, including illegal weapons charges and child abuse charges, in a raid that lasted 51 days, and I think included a tank at one point. It was pretty nuts.
Whoa.
Which of the following symbols was present on the flag representing the Branch Davidians?
Before you even show it, isn't it like a little Doritos bag? No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just sorry.
That's the Branch Doritoans.
Oh, yeah.
That's the Ranch Davidians. Oh, I messed up. Can I can I pretend that was my first joke? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
All right.
Nice job.
That was
Real
a yeah.
joke's always in the comments anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. So first, so is it a sun casting rays on the flag? Is it an olive branch? A depiction of a giant Jesus? Or a happy-looking snake?
Oh boy, this is tough.
I would say, if I'm gonna completely guess, a D.
Yeah.
D. Okay.
Okay.
Happy looking snake. Bob Ross painted it.
Gloop,
Yeah.
have any thoughts,
I'm
Gloop?
going with the Bob Ross
Wait,
vote.
why are you going with the happy-looking snake there, Pashley? What gravitates you towards that answer?
I really don't have a clue. It's just one of those things. The answer is speaking to me.
It's like you want that to be the answer because it's
I want
so
it to be the
delightful.
answer.
Because I mentioned the
Yeah.
talking snake on the last answer. Is that what it was? So this snake is now talking to you?
Yes.
Let's see. What is that?
Wait, I hear music. What is that?
That's from the screen share.
Yeah, sorry about that. I've got some music in the background. You can feel free to nix that if you like.
I will go with I'm gonna say an olive branch.
An olive branch. That tracks.
It does track.
Yeah.
There
right,
was
so I'm
not a
gonna
South
talk-
Park about this one, so I don't know.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can't.
they're not.
We're screwed
So-
if it didn't appear on South Park.
Yeah, Matt and Trey gotta really, they gotta step it up.
Okay, so I'm gonna go through my logic here. Wait, yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. Oh my. Wait.
Oh, what?
That's killing my thoughts.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kill the
All right,
music.
there we go.
It's being really bizarre right now. So we're just gonna
All right,
pretend
so-
that we're just gonna pretend that there's music in the background.
So happy looking snake. Why? Because like there's how do you, doesn't this, I don't know if a snake
There's
looks
no
happy or
ration.
not, but it would really have to be circusy. Depiction of a giant Jesus. I don't think that would work because they were really trying to centralize everything around. Is it David Koresh? Is that his name? And then you know, an olive branch, that would be typical, but that's like really like always something you see from like the government or you know something like that, and they were very anti everything, so they probably didn't want to use any symbolism in relation to like anyone using anything. And then a sun casting rays to me sounds like, you know, like they're looking for hope and guidance and they're gonna find it here. So I'm gonna ask this guy right here. Pick A. Okay, I'm gonna go with A.
Okay.
That guy needs a raise.
He does. He does. Get it? But
Hey. Got
Oh
him.
my god, I get the joke.
Also, chat asks if it's okay for chat to guess. It's totally fine. The contestants tend to do about as well as the chat at guessing the right answers. So if you're,
Pashley seems to do less well.
but if
Wow,
you
this is crazy. We all have a different answer here, right?
We do.
yes,
We do.
so we have Gloop. Remind me of your answer.
I'm olive branch. I went branch.
Olive branch. So we have olive branch, we have happy looking snake, and we have sun casting rays. Well, Pashley, you talk down on your ability to guess, but it is actually a happy looking snake. It is a happy looking snake.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this
Okay, I
is
got it right,
this
so I'm
is
gonna
the
put on my
flag.
crown.
Wait, that's a happy looking eel. That's
Well,
wait.
I mean,
an eel is a snake, right? I don't know. Is it?
it's a sort of water snake. I don't know. I'm
Well,
not a
if
I'm
it's
not a
something
doctor.
rebellious, if you also think about
Moccasin.
the "Don't Tread on Me"
Right.
license plates,
He's happy because nobody's treading on him.
That's a
Correct.
coiled snake.
I know. I don't know. That was maybe. I'm just trying to retrace my coffee deprived thoughts here. Like, yeah.
You know, they could have gone to Fiverr and really gotten a much better graphic design done
Yeah.
Correct.
for this snake here.
So the next
What could have
question.
gone?
All right, sorry.
No.
Looks like it was drawn by one of the kids.
Yeah, because if you look at
Right.
the line of the body of the snake, it's-
us, Dad. We're gonna put it on the fridge right here where we can look at it every day.
Holy-
All right. Well, you might know of the Heaven's Gate cult, whose tragic end coined the phrase "drinking the Kool-Aid," the tragedy in Jonestown, and you might know that they famously wore matching tracksuits. They were very stylish cult. Less well known is that they also all wore matching sneakers. So
Yep.
this question, called Heaven's Kicks, is about which sneakers those were. Were they A, Nike Air Force Ones, B, Nike Decade, C, the Reebok XO, or D, the New Balance 574?
What do you think, Frank? I put my life on D. All right, I'm going
D,
with
all
D.
right.
Sorry.
Hey.
Hey.
Heaven's Gate was 20. Oh, that's right. Jonestown and Heaven's Gate were two different. My bad. Rigel, thank you for the correction.
Oh wait, can I change my answer? Just kidding.
Completely affects everything. No,
Jonestown was the Kool-Aid in the sneakers.
was it?
Yeah, but I
Jones-
think Heaven's Gate had like the pudding. They were like the. Didn't they have like the tapioca pudding or? Sorry.
Well, they
I think they did pudding. I mean, I'm not. You know, sorry if anyone knows anyone from passed away from that.
Ooh,
I remember
that's-
when I was in San Diego when this came out, and I think this whole Heaven's Gate was somewhere in San Diego, right?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I thought they were wearing Nike Air Force Ones.
Air Force Ones? Okay.
Yeah,
We
I
gotta
want to
vote for
say
Air
A as well.
A. All right. So we got 2 A's and a D. However, it is the Nike Decade.
I knew it was
The
Nike.
Nike Decade.
Model was. Yeah.
So,
Everybody used to always say, "Drink the
I
Kool-Aid, and
trusted you,
strap on
Glue.
your Nikes." I didn't
ah,
know what kind it was. I knew it was Nikes because they used to say, "Drink the Kool-Aid and strap on the Nikes," because it's about to get colty up in here.
gotcha. Gotcha. I'd never heard that, but that makes sense. I'm glad I threw 2 Nike brands in here.
That was back in like the late '80s. That's because there's a great Netflix documentary about the Jonestown. Or I don't know if it was on Netflix, but I watched it on YouTube later. But I was curious about it, and it was it's definitely interesting to say the least.
Fair enough. All right. Well, that ends the first category, and now things are going to get a little weirder. But
Spicy.
first, let's go ahead and meet Gloopdawg.
Hey,
So, Gloopdawg, tell us about yourself or your stream, or pick your nose, whatever you want to do. You got a couple minutes to do that, and meanwhile, we're going to have chat vote on how you will be cursed. So, a curse is a disadvantage
okay.
in game. So, an example is the curse of Twitch, which is where chat chooses your answers for you for one category. So while chat chooses, and chat, there's a poll up right now. Gloop, talk to us. Tell us whatever you want.
Hey, I'm Gloopdawg. I'm was it's like I'm a streamer on Twitch. I'm gonna try to keep streaming after my game goes away at the beginning of the year. But my main game goes away at the beginning of the year. I'm gonna definitely keep streaming and as much content as possible. But definitely for the next 3.5 months, while we still have the Twitch Sings game, before they take it away from us, I'm gonna try to play the hell out of it
Yes.
as much as humanly possible, and try to keep solidifying bonds with our community that we've built over this last couple of years. That there's a lot of people who were nervous or maybe afraid that they won't have a platform to stream on after Twitch Sings goes away. But I want to lead the charge in making sure that everybody in our community continues to have a place to express themselves. What shape and form that's going to take is still kind of things that myself and everybody else in the community is trying to figure out. But
Yes.
we've built something beautiful.
Today's secret ingredient is
separate us. The fact that that's going away, and I feel very, very passionate about that as well. So yeah,
Yeah, and
time to say thank you to everybody who has shared these last 2 years with us, especially
Yeah.
these 2 people I'm competing with right now, who've been over here to my house, and I've shared my life with for the last 2 years, and some people in the chat that I see, Batsam and stuff. So yeah, it's a tough chapter. It's tough news to swallow. It's a really hard pill to swallow, but I think that necessity breeds invention. I think we're a lot of creative and crafty people, and we have a lot of big
Yes.
hearts that are intertwined with each other. So this is a new chapter for us to experience together.
yeah, and I have seen each of you, all 3 of y'all, stream various things, not just Twitch things. And I think you're all terribly creative people. And only Poppin' Buckets is both terrible and creative. The rest of you are just terribly creative. But
That's good.
yeah, but Gloop, you do the confession booth challenge, so you also run a game show on Twitch, and actually, if you want to, you can use channel point redeems to get in on the game. So Folks, definitely go follow Gloopdawg. Gloopdawg is amazing. If you've been with my stream for a while, we've rated him a number of times. Fantastically entertaining guy. And I am excited to see what's next for Gloopdawg. So it looks like, Gloopdawg, you have been afflicted with the curse of spite.
Boy.
And the curse of spite means that you...
nothing.
Ooh, ouch.
I kid.
I thought it said the curse of Sprite. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh man, that sounds delicious.
Oh, the
Lemon and lime.
Uncola. What?
Uh-oh. Now you have to drink a refreshing lemon lime beverage.
Pay my thirst.
Sponsorship money, please. Okay, so the curse of spite means that you cannot score points for correct answers. But if you do answer correctly, neither can Pashley or Poppin.
Oh,
Gotcha.
I like that twist.
Yes. So
Wait. So he can what? He what?
he
I get
cannot
no
score
points,
points.
but I got to be right to stiff arm the two of you.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So nobody scores points if Gloop answers correctly.
That's
Okay.
savage. I love
Oh,
it.
very cool.
I love
So
it.
Dog rage.
Well, make the next one about cats. All right, here we go.
all right.
My weakness.
He's like, what is the cats
Bob
have how many
Barker.
legs? I'm sorry.
Or Bob Barker. You know what I mean?
They already have the. They already
Oh
have the
gosh, what are you kryptoniting him for that? Like that's horrible. Why are you saying Bob Barker around him? That's not
all
appropriate.
all these shots
Sorry.
below the belt, literally.
All right. Next category is called bad movies. I have leverage. In the movie Battlefield Earth, an adaptation of the L. Ron Hubbard book of the same name, the villain Turl was banished to serve on Earth indefinitely after which of these? Is it A, a failed coup? B, an incident involving the senator's daughter? C, something called mind crime? Or D, sexual inadequacy?
She watches weird stuff. I'm gonna ask her in a little bit. And what do you think? She's not talking to me right now. You should never date people at work. She's like just.
Blimey. No,
got
the
an
piano
attitude. This is
fucking...
supposed to be
I
her
gotta start over.
specialty too. It's so strange.
Fucking piano, fucking flute. Fuck off. Oh, I said fuck
This
off
is
right at
tough
the
one
beginning of the
because
recording.
this
I
is
don't-
also
That's
a
not the message I want to
Scientology
send.
movie, but
Fly
It
me
is.
fuck. Fly my fuck.
this one's like hard to follow, even if
I
you
want
watch
to say,
the movie.
can I throw out an answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a
Please
C.
do.
C.
C.
Mind crime. With the air quotes. Though. Mind crime.
Mm-hmm.
It seems kind of like memey enough for a bad movie.
It does. It does.
You know what I mean? They come up with some kind of like you know how Land Before Time had tree stars or something.
Right. And then they had like 8 or 9 more movies.
I think so. I
It's-
thought mind crime was what they talked about in Minority Report, because you hadn't committed the crime yet, you just had it in your mind.
Yeah,
and,
that is true. That is very
they used to
true.
bust you on that. So I
Liddy-
thought that was a Minority Report reference, but
Liddy made me watch that the other day.
it's a banging movie.
What
It
Battlefield
is
Earth?
good.
No, Minority Report.
Don't do
Oh,
that to
yeah.
Oh,
your friends.
Listen, I don't like it as much as you do, babe. Relax. It's okay.
Mind Crime was my jazz quintet in college. That's bomb ass.
Beautiful.
Bomb ass jazz quintet name. That's right. We were really into Coltrane.
All right. Well, I'll make a stab at it. I'm gonna go with D, sexual inadequacy, because it's
All
just
right.
so awkward. and a failed coup is like Captain Obvious, and mind crime sounds very like 1984, like the thought crime.
Right.
It sounds more like in line with that. So an incident involving the senator's daughter. Why is the senator's daughter in quotes? Like, is there a question as, the senator's daughter? So this is something wrong with just how that's even.
That sounds like Top Gun, but it's like the Admiral's
alien
daughter.
equivalent of a senator.
Yeah, so I'm going with sexual inadequacy because that just sounds hilarious, and it maybe is why the movie sucks so bad.
With a movie
thought-
that
I
sucks
thought-
as bad as Battlefield Earth, there's really no one reason that it sucks. It's a collection. It's a wide and varied rainbow of suckitude. But yes,
coup though. I'm gonna go.
Gonna go with coup.
attempt. That sounds
Gosh,
like something
that
the
sounds so
aliens
right,
got all
darn it.
involved in.
All right. So we've got
Shots
we've
of
got a
hope
coup and we've got
Hold
sexual
on,
inadequacy.
let me confirm my answer. I put my life on D. Okay, I'm still going with D. This guy puts their life on it. I don't know.
That guy needs a promotion.
Seriously, committed researchers. They're not typing anything. It's really bad.
Poised, ready for your commands.
Poppin, you have one of the craziest minds on the internet, and I love
I'm
it.
sorry. Well,
No, no, do
hopefully it's
not
not a
apologize.
crime, you know.
Mind crime going on down there. in the
Mind
third square.
crime. The worst kind of crime. In opposition to, body crime.
What's the? Do we get the right answer to this so I don't have to watch Battlefield Earth to try to figure this out?
Yeah, sure. So, okay, confirming answers here.
Thought
So
you
we
were
have.
gonna make me go watch the movie again to get the answer.
Yeah, can I have an hour and a half?
Yeah.
It probably happens in the first 5 minutes, but you know.
Why did we?
All right, we're going to BRB for an hour and a half so that Pop can watch the crazy Battlefield Earth.
And Poppin's
on stream.
assistant.
All right, so just confirming answers. Gloop, you went with failed coup.
Coop and poop.
Pashley, what was your answer?
C.
Mind crime. And then Poppin with sexual inadequacy. So you've all
Not
picked.
that I have any, all right?
right.
Stop saying. I
Right.
thought you
right.
said that he has sexual inadequacy. I was like, okay.
Wha-
Just want to make sure everyone's clear.
Poppin's
That-
all
Right.
about that
We are-
sexual inadequacy.
I barely meet the requirements. I just
We're-
want to let everyone know.
Right. That is adequacy. Right. That's
Yes.
Right.
We're not talking.
He's
We're not
adequate.
talking less than that. Which would
Just
be
adequate enough.
right.
He's not great, but he is adequate.
I don't do any extra credit, all right?
It's not an overachiever, this guy. But you know what? He gets the job done. That's what's important.
That's right.
So you've all chosen
Good,
different.
fast, and cheap, and you can only pick two when it comes to Poppin.
So you've all chosen different answers, and unfortunately, none of them are correct. It was an incident involving the senator's daughter.
What?
Damn.
Senator.
So,
We
Senator
all failed together.
Senator Mad. So this one is called Sparkling Turd. Somehow worse than the movie it parodies, Twilight. The movie Vampires Suck has an incredibly low 4% score on Rotten Tomatoes. How many nipples does Jacob have in this Twilight parody?
Does he have as many as Gloop? Is the question.
Yeah, this is why I'm gonna go with my own personal experience here
There you
and
go.
see what your options.
Hands-on experience.
Is it 2, 8, 6, or none?
Huh.
I'm gonna go with D.
None. Okay.
No nipples.
No nipples. I'm leaving the 8 nipples answer for Gloop.
You
No.
know that's
Well-
what I'm gonna choose. So even if you choose it, it's either gonna be right, and you're not gonna get any points because I have the spike curse,
Exactly.
or it's gonna be wrong, and you'll be wrong anyway. So it's like you strategically want to pick something opposite than what I picked. just
Correct.
because-
Right.
Correct.
Chad is suggesting that perhaps he had one very large nipple.
Ooh.
That's
like
horrifying.
Wait.
A gift.
So this movie, let's look at the context here. It had a 4% score.
Yes.
Okay.
Today's
So,
secret
it wasn't very good.
is
No.
And the person writing this was like, they had a, they were like, it's firing. So when they first started off, they went none. Oh, what's funny about that? Not much. Then they said 2. Well, that's too normal, right? And then they said 6 or 8. And they probably thought, well, 8 is too many
Right.
because people wouldn't count it as fast. So I'm going to go with 6.
6.
But it wasn't the funniest. It was not a funny movie. So I'm going to
No.
go back to 8 because
Whoa.
they
Okay.
chose poorly. I'm going with B. Wait,
Okay.
what do you guys think? It's B. All right, it's B. I'm going with B.
No.
B. It's B.
Well, I tried to warn him that I'm gonna pick B as well because I have 8 nipples myself, and I know
We
that
live
the
and die
joke
by
was
Gloop.
the joke was that he's a werewolf, right? And so when he takes his shirt off, he's got as many nipples as a dog does, right? And dogs have a variable amount of nipples between 6 and 10, depending on the breed. So I'm gonna go split the difference and go with the average mean and say that it was 8. I don't
8.
remember exactly. I'm 6. I think Poppin's logic that 6 is an easier visual gag is probably the logical and correct answer, though. But I'm going with 8 because that's how many I have. So I'm making it personal.
Well, that seems to have served you well and the others poorly because it is 8. So thanks to the curse of spite, nobody gets any points. So congratulations.
Curse go away. Does it stay the whole round?
It stays for the category. So the curse will be lifted when we meet Pashley. Also, this is what the characters in the movie look like.
Yeah, let's see.
Very cool.
That's Jacob is not pictured here for some reason. I don't know why I didn't choose that. Why I didn't
very
choose that
disappointed.
picture. Yeah. Well,
You just grab the first vampire.
It's almost like they
sex
didn't even
picture
have
you
a
could find.
costume design.
pretty
It's
much.
like,
Yeah, it kind of seems like they just
asked their roommate, "What should I do?" And then they,
Right.
the roommate and them kind of worked it out. Like, I have a bag of flour. Put that on yourself, and like, okay.
there you go.
Looks like the guy in the middle rated my wig collection over here.
Correct.
All right. So the next question is called Big Mac and Me.
Oh, I remember this movie.
Yeah.
I've seen this movie a couple times.
So Mac and Me was a shameless ripoff of E.T. that was described by one reviewer as E.T. in a sticky wrapper left under the heater 2 hours too long, and another described it as a blatant commercial for McDonald's and Coca-Cola disguised as an E.T. ripoff. And it has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes,
Wow.
Yeah.
which is pretty impressive.
They haven't asked me. All right.
It should be higher than that now.
Everybody go.
So,
Should be higher than that now because of Paul Rudd. But go ahead.
ooh,
Oh, damn.
No. I'll tell you why in a second.
Oh, okay. I
So-
thought you were.
It's not a dig on Paul Rudd. No.
Oh, okay.
which of these slogans was used to advertise the film? Was it A, he's the best friend you never knew? B, outer space, inner peace? C, best friends are far out? Or D, out of this world and into your heart?
He's the best friend you never knew.
So Paul
I
Rudd.
was waiting for it.
This
So Paul
summer.
Rudd,
Explain.
every time Paul Rudd goes on Conan
In a
O'Brien,
world.
he starts to do he does his segment, and every time he goes to show a clip, regardless of the movie he's working on, this has been going on for over a decade now. He would come on, and when they would cut to the clip, he would not show the clip of the movie he was working on. It was just this exact same scene from Mac and Me over
Oh my
and
goodness.
over and over again. Over the course of a decade, every appearance, Paul Rudd would show this clip from Mac and Me. And it's like even
think
when
I
he was
remember
like
it. It's like a
Ant-Man,
really-
when he was
Yeah.
Ant-Man, and they're like, "There's no way Marvel is gonna let you show Mac and Me," and he's like, "I did not bring the clip. I did not," and of course, cuts right to the clip. Every time he says, "I'm not cutting to the clip," he cuts right to the clip.
That's amazing.
It's hilarious.
Glorious.
Anyway,
So hey, I'm gonna now say, Gloop, you go ahead of me this time.
I'm gonna out of this world and into your heart sounds like a McDonald's a McDonald's summation of ET, which is basically what the movie is. It's ET on a lower budget with a giant McDonald's commercial in the middle of it, where they dance around and there's an alien. It's awesome.
That's great.
Pash.
I'm gonna say. I like B. I like B. If I can't guess D because Gloop is gonna spike me down anyway. I have to guess something else. I would say outer space,
Good
inner peace.
teachery.
Outer space, inner peace. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go with out of this world and into your heart. I'm also go with D.
In a world.
In a world.
When one man and one Paul Rudd here.
Plastic alien. No, Paul Rudd's not in the movie at all.
I know.
It's the funniest part about it. Is like it's not Paul Rudd as a kid or anything. It's just a random clip of the worst movie ever.
It's that weird looking alien or something.
It's a very weird looking alien. Yes.
The McDonald's will harden their hearts and soften yours. All right, and the correct answer is Out of This World and Into Your Heart. Which means, again, nobody scores any points. Gloop using the Curse of Spite to great effect here and saving me the trouble of adjusting the scores. So, but that's all over now. The curse is lifted. No more Curse of Spite. And now we meet our second contestant, Princess Pashley. So, Pash, tell us about yourself.
The Princess Wave. Let's start off with the Princess Wave. Thank you for being here today. Name this movie. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for. Okay. I'm Princess Pashley, formerly known as Pashley 916. My birthday's in 11 days, and I'm excited for it. This year, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to celebrate it with this community. Speaking of this community, I was devastated like everybody else yesterday. I do encourage anybody to sign that petition. We don't know who will see it and what effect it will have, but at least we can all say, hey, we'd like our game, please. But with that in mind, Twitch Things was not everything I did. I have a podcast called Good Talk where we started off in a vocal technique sphere and then we kind of wandered away into dating advice. I don't know how family friendly Dr. Central Potato PhD is. But some not so wholesome topics as well. We've had really cool guests on.
Yeah,
so that will march forward.
We are G-rated. We do not talk about poopies or boobies here. That's
okay. We talk about poopies and boobies on.
That's actually completely patently false. This channel gets downright filthy.
So we talk about insertable length.
So you talk about Cleveland steamers? I don't understand. Sorry, go ahead. No,
I think. I'm trying to decide whether we're going to stream or not this week. I think it's a really important week to do the show, but we'll see. But anyway, I gamed before Twitch Sings. I hope to continue to game after Twitch Sings comes and goes, and maybe step into some Mappa and learn some guitar and piano. We'll see. Just keep growing and keep trying things, right?
Very cool.
My boyfriend's B. Liddy. Go follow him too.
Yes. And you know what? Let me make sure that everybody's getting shout outs here. Princess Pashley gets a shout out. B. Liddy gets a shout out.
You get a shout out.
Damn it, Poppin!
And let's not forget to give Gloopdawg a shout out as well.
Is there a Cleveland steam underneath my seat?
Okay.
Definitely a poopy.
Is that an hourly rental?
Yeah, sometimes your Cleveland just gets very just clogged, and you gotta steam it out.
Well, but what if it goes bad and I got to order another one? Is there someone who's going to run in and give me another one?
Yeah, I think there's a warranty program.
Okay.
If you're not happy with your Cleveland steamer, you can get a replacement.
That really does sound like a great vacuum cleaner or something like that, It sounds like it really cleans your carpet. And then when you watch the videos on what it is, I go to all the dirty sites and look at those.
Wait, the curse of the fingers? The curse of the fingers?
The curse of fingers. So this is stolen wholesale from Trivia Murder Party.
My hands are up here.
Curse of fingers. You have to.
I'm sorry, I just flipped off the camera.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, good. Here we go.
Okay, tell us about the fingers here.
Okay, well, since you have received the curse of fingers, you have to choose one of A, B, C, or D. And for the duration of the next category, you cannot choose that answer.
Wait, so she has to pick A, B, C, or D, and then
yes.
From now on she can never use that as an answer. Okay, but we're fine.
Right. Well, just for the next category. Just for the next category.
That's a tough.
I get to keep all 4 of my fingers.
I'm gonna say let's eliminate the D.
Eliminate the D
from this.
Whoa! Going Bob Barker on it. I see.
That was a.
Eliminate the D is
obvious
actually.
For the comedy. Come on.
Eliminate the D is actually the name of my Riot Girl band.
My jazz quintet in college. Eliminate the D.
All right. Well, no more D for Princess Pashley. Let's move on to the next guy. I couldn't.
That was the last thing Lorena Bobbitt said right before.
Ooh.
She screamed it out, and then the neighbors called the police. They're like, "Eliminate the D." What?
Good Lord.
That's real history right there.
All right. So let's move on. Let's move on to our next category: martial arts. The first question is called "I was studying the blade." Takeda Sokaku was probably butchering that, I apologize, was an accomplished swordsman in 19th century Japan when an edict was passed that outlawed the samurai class, as well as just the practice of carrying a sword. In response, he developed a fighting style based on the empty-handed techniques that he was educated in as part of his swordsman training. This became the precursor to what modern martial art?
I know the answer without even looking.
Yeah, I know this one too.
I think I know this one.
All right. Is it A, Jiu-Jitsu, B, Krav Maga, C, Tai Bo, or D, Aikido?
Oh, wow. None of the answers are there.
Yeah, my answer's not there either.
My answer's not there. I thought it was going to be karate because
Which means
karate is
empty-handed.
empty-handed. Yeah.
I would say C.
C, okay.
What? Are you serious? I mean, sorry, that's awesome.
We can't
I mean, sorry,
guess
not
D.
to like crap on that, but like, really, like.
I can't guess D, and that's what I think it is. So I'm gonna say
I mean,
C.
did they have VHS cassette tapes back then where you could watch, Anyway, maybe I don't know. Maybe
I have no idea. That's
They have
probably
Chuck
wrong.
Norris.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sokaku actually also had a VHS tape where he did jazzercise. Little known fact. That's not true. He was in, he existed. That's patently false.
I mean, I'm gonna go with Aikido because Krav Maga sounds like some sort of new MMA thing that I actually went to one class for, or was it Jiu-Jitsu? I went to one class for one of these two, and it was like totally like, I don't know. It felt like WrestleMania, and I mean, not that it was though. It has a discipline. Like I learned how to like catch a punch and then knee someone in the crotch. Like, so that sounded like not something that people were doing back then. I don't know. I don't think they were as crotch centric. I'm going to go with Aikido.
Aikido,
D.
okay.
Yeah. What do you think? I put my life on D. All right. It's going to be D. This guy didn't eliminate the D. Yeah.
That's still just as funny as the first time. I love it.
All right.
It's never not gonna be funny.
All right. So we have D from Poppin Buckets. We have C from Pashley and Gloop. What you got?
I know I would have to go with Aikido too, just because I don't think Krav Maga and Tai Bo are Japanese disciplines. And Jiu-Jitsu is, but it's very weapon oriented. So
I thought it
wouldn't
was
be an
also like
empty-handed one.
toe oriented, like foot oriented. I don't know.
I'm not sure, but I thought that they were like. I thought
Like,
those might be like.
Being on the balls of your feet.
So I would have to go with like Aikido too, just because process of elimination.
Well, as it turns out, it is Aikido. So
There you go.
so poor time to not be able to pick D. But moving on.
Yeah.
This next question is called Peach Emoji.
Yeah.
In Monkey Kung Fu,
Ooh.
a martial
Could
art
be used
based
with
on
avocado emoji or eggplant emoji.
There you go. Yeah, the two great flavors that go great together.
That's right. Peach and eggplant.
In Monkey Kung Fu, a martial art based on monkeys, the attack known as Monkey Steals the Peach involves what? Is it A, grabbing and pulling your opponent's testicles? B, a strike to the Adam's apple? C, pulling the opponent's legs out from under them by the ankles? Or D, an eye gouge?
What?
Yeah, I think I know this one too.
I definitely don't know any of this.
I think I know this one
Okay.
as well. And I will tell you my rationale for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna make up my rationale right now. Grabbing and pulling your opponent's testicles is steal. You don't quite
Strike.
you don't quite finish stealing that peach if you're just pulling at them.
Correct.
You know,
you get
and
the pit.
strike to the Adam's apple. It's like I mean, that sounds like they're trying to get the peach before you swallow it. So that's possible. Pulling the opponent's legs out from under them ankles, like, what does that even have to do with peaches? And an eye gouge could be, but that would probably be a monkey steals the peaches. So I'm gonna go with B, a strike to the Adam's apple.
Strike to the Adam's apple.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm with you, Poppin. That's the one that stuck out to me the most.
Okay. Gloop.
Well, I know the move. The move is actually done, and this is why I was a little confused. I was gonna go with the strike to the Adam's apple too, but since they're both going with it, I'm gonna go with the eye gouge. I think it's the exact same move that she uses in Kill Bill to take out the girl's other eye, the kind of the pie me eye gouge. It's this thing, it's that thing. So I know I think you hit people in the throat with it. I think that's really what you're supposed to do with it. But I'm gonna go with eye gouge because it's the whole monkey style where they that thing. I think.
I don't know. That's really specific to me. I feel like D is so specific, like eye gouge. Like,
I know that sounds bad. I'm going with eye gouge, but I think strike to the Adam's apple is right. But I'm gonna go with D just to be different.
All right. Right. Also because Pashley can't. Right.
That's
right. Little, yeah.
Double
So
strat.
Justice
Double D.
Pirate is here dying in chat because she knows the correct answer, and it is actually
It was
A.
the most obvious.
yes.
Wow.
And in case you were wondering what that looks like, here's a handy illustration.
oh, wow.
Wow, indeed. So next question is called Sister
I
Act
like how
X
it's the
Gaiden.
villain. I like how it was the bad guy doing it to the good guy too. It wasn't
Right.
like
Yeah,
Because
like
nobody-
good guys
no
grab
good guy goes
testicles,
below the
too.
belt.
martial artist. It was the perpetrator who was grabbing the martial artists. I think you just showed us some B movie, some B porn right
Yeah.
there, some softcore right there. I don't know. what you
Good
just
guys have they stand by their ethics. There.
They don't
There's
go
some
below the
morals
belt.
there.
Yeah, I
Gonna
think
go grabbing for peaches.
I think there's not a lot of peach pulling in good guy kung fu. If I had to
It
assign
was the
such
black
a
belt
thing.
doing it to the white belt. I don't think the guy had a belt, and he was wearing a ski mask. He looked like the
Yeah.
perpetrator.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
They
was
actually looked like they were at a
perpetrated.
pajama party. Like at a pajama party, and they were like,
They were at
pajama
a
party gone
70s
wrong.
swinger party. 70s swinger party. They had already traded up for the night.
All right. So this next question is about the Kung Fu Nuns of Nepal, which is a group of Buddhist martial artist women who are best known for their humanitarian work and their social activism. Fun fact, they also all share the first name. What is it? Is it A, Elma, B, Huensha, C, Jigme, or D, Chad?
Chads.
Damn it.
Can't pick that one anyway, baby.
No, I know, but the joke, I was thinking of it at the same time. Bunch of chads.
Bunch of chads.
So yeah, yes, chat. These people, the Kung Fu Nuns of Nepal are actually fucking awesome. They fight human trafficking. They also violate the Buddhist edicts in that region, which say that I think it's that women can't practice martial arts, or it's there's various things that they do that
specific
are just
type.
sort of
How
like,
long
no,
have they
you
been
can't
around?
do that. I don't know. I
Long
don't
enough
know.
that nobody messes with them anymore.
There you go.
well, if they're from
I'm
before
not saying that
19,
tongue-in-cheekily. I think that they've been around for a little bit. I think.
if they're before 19, if they're from around before 1990, it can't be Chad.
All right.
Actually, I have a friend named Chad from 1976. So, I mean, Chad's been around. Chadwick.
There's not a country called Chad.
Oh yeah, there is a whole country called Chad.
There is.
That's a new
there
country,
is.
isn't it?
It's been around a few years, you know.
See, Chad.
That's interesting. That is true.
I'm Googling right now.
You're Googling
Uh
it.
oh.
Whoa,
Just Chad. The country of Chad, guys.
Okay. All right. All
kidding
right.
me?
Stand down. Stand down.
Dude, my hands are up here.
I
leave it up to
will
the researchers.
screen share to prove my case.
Yeah. Okay.
Gotcha, so.
All right. Whatever. That's all.
1960, it obtained independence from France. There we go, guys. So,
Okay. Thank you so much.
There we go.
Chads.
Just look at her. She's like, all right. I'm
So
waiting
I'm
for other
thinking-
people to talk about it. I'm not giving away all the answers.
Yeah, now that she's looked it up, I'm picking whatever Pashley picked.
She is imbued with sacred knowledge.
I'm kidding.
What's not
I
an
will
answer?
go first. I'll go first. I will say I know sha is the Japanese word for person, right? I don't know.
Mhm.
So it's like gakusha or ninsha, whatever it means, person. So I don't know what huin means, but it seems like that's a word that means some type of person or some sort of occupation or something. So I'm gonna go with an Elma seems too Western or too European, so I'll go with jigme.
All right.
I'm going with Jigme as well.
Okay.
me too. Let's just make it a threesome
Triple
here.
jigme.
Well,
Triple
it's-
Jigme.
the score remains tied because everybody picked the correct answer.
Hey.
Congratulations. Yes.
I
Apparently.
feel like I'm in preschool. Everyone wins.
Yay! Handshakes all
We all get a
around. We did it. All right. Well, it's time for the curse of fingers to be lifted from Pashley. It's also time for me to update the scores, so let me
Get
do
that
that.
finger out of there.
Oh Lord!
I wouldn't have so many nosebleeds if I just get my finger out of there.
Napping something I'm a juggernaut at.
All right, so it's time to meet Poppin Buckets, and it's also time for Chad to choose a curse for Poppin Buckets. So, Poppin.
Right on. Thank you, chat. Be fair, be kind, be well. So I am Poppin Buckets. I have spent 3 some odd years on Twitch, if not 4 maybe. I came into it just like supporting people on the back end with their streams and helping them write content and strategy. And then I was like, you know what? I would love to stream eventually, and I was looking for the right thing to do it with. And just at that time, Twitch Things came out. It's been out for a while, but I didn't like how limited the catalog was. And then when I rechecked it again sometime like a year ago, it was substantial enough that I was like, wow, this would be a lot of fun. So I've done that for the last year. I feel like I've seen it all inside the game, and there's so much more that to be done in it. There's so many great game shows and things that have spawned from it. I'll be hosting a game show after this called Party Till You Die with Skadoozy on his channel.
Cool.
And
cool.
and also, you know, there's like a lot of great people I've met. The friendships I've made are unbelievable. So I'm gonna have to learn to pivot and figure out what else I want to do. But there's so much opportunity as long as you just remain somewhat creative and deliver some sort of value, whether it's like giving good advice if you can, or giving people a place to feel some joy in this tough times. And just like the other 2 contestants, we all run streams that try to keep life interesting and cheer people up. So I'm hoping that we'll find an alternative, or that there'll be some solution. But no matter what happens, I think as long as we stay hopeful.
Bye, Mama. I love you.
One second,
I love
sorry.
you too.
Love you
All right.
too.
So
Love you.
okay, all right, all right. Well, anyway, so you know that's pretty much me in a nutshell. I will find something awesome to do, I'm sure, and I just happy to be here on your show. I have met you in person.
Yes.
Which was a wonderful treat in many ways. Triple entendre.
Yeah.
I mean, we hung out at TwitchCon, and you were sweet enough to give me some of your own crafted beers that I took home with me. I had 2 beers that I took home, and I streamed myself drinking them. I don't usually drink on my stream, but your beers were the exception, and they were delicious and creamy and amazing. They were like dream beers. So
That's
I
too
think you
nice.
should be doing beers. You should have like a beer company of some kind. I don't know. I would drink beer if you were my neighbor. I'd be drinking beer all the time. Beer is so delicious. I'm not a beer fan, and I forced beers down. Your beers were incredible.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah, and also we got to hang out around town, so that was really wonderful. We
Yes.
spent a nice. I got to meet all your friends from. I think it was like MI6 or MI16 or something like that.
PH16. Very close.
PH16.
Very
that's right.
close.
Sorry, Mission Impossible 16. But, yeah,
The next
PH16.
movie.
But yeah, I'm happy to be here. So nice to see you guys in chat. Hope you guys pick something that's a fun curse to have, and let's do it.
Well, let's
Oh, yeah,
see what you got.
Follow me on Twitter. follow me on Twitter, and also my recommendation is everyone you follow that you love, make sure you turn the notification on, because when Twitch Sings is gone, you know, it's going to be nice to see where people are, what they're doing. So that's a great notification way to kind of keep in touch. And that's, you know, you might get some messages and stuff, but I'm going to be turning on notifications for a lot of streamers that I hadn't before, because I used to watch Twitch Sings all the time. So I would catch everyone. But now I may not be watching Twitch Sings as much because it's going to be gone. And so, like, for me to be abreast of, like, whether Gloopdawg or Pashley are on or whatever, I think turning the notifications on to some of these channels that were really fun for you would be a good idea, so you can see what's next and what they're doing.
Right on.
Yeah.
So you have been afflicted with the curse of the gambler, which means that...
That's funny. I am a gambler.
Ah, fair enough. Well...
I don't feel cursed at all. This is...
Well...
I feel fine. I'm ready for this.
When you get an answer correct, you will get 2 points. When you get an answer incorrect, you will lose a point.
Oh, it's like double
What if I
jeopardy.
abstain from answering?
That counts as losing.
Oh, that counts as losing.
Yes.
All right.
So let's
This
move
sounds
on.
fantastic. Thank you, chat.
Let's move on to a cats category.
Oh, my favorite. I love cats. I know everything about cats.
Wait, there was a cat.
We called that.
I'm also like the Nostradamus of quiz shows. So
Also, I want to say that the amount of prescience in this one stream has been amazing. Like, you know, there was the comment about, I don't think martial arts involves a lot of attacks on the groin, and then we had the monkey steals the peach question, which was just, mwah, bellissimo, mwah, bueno, mwah. Yes. Okay. So first question is called Biget.
I already know the answer.
By average weight, which of these is the largest cat? Is it A, the tiger, B, the jaguar, C, the cougar, or D, Cat Stevens?
Well, hold up. So, by what mean the largest, like the most famous, or just like in physical size?
By average weight, like mass.
Okay.
Hey, who's got the biggest Twitter following?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It could be so many.
Is
How
it
many
so big that it
interpretations?
won't return Spielberg's phone calls? Is that what it is?
Got the biggest peaches.
The biggest peaches.
The biggest peaches.
Yeah.
Big enough to take on Gloopdawg.
I want to hear some. Pashley rationale. Pashley, take us
Because
into
it's
mind
so
of
it's
Pashley.
so
Passionate.
intelligent.
Process.
It's so intelligent. I'm gonna say no on the jaguar. I feel like tiger is the biggest one. From watching all these like Planet Earths with my kid, he loves that stuff.
Yeah.
For some reason, tiger is jumping out at me right now.
That sounds terrifying.
And Cat Stevens, but pre-drugs, I don't know if he was actually.
Before he got all bloated and
Well, it said average weight. So
Right.
you would take
Oh,
the
that's
average
true.
over his lifetime.
Right.
And,
lifespan.
Right. So you know, when he was a baby, that kind of threw the average down. a
Baby
little.
cat.
I'm
Yeah.
also
that's
I'm trying to
right.
think back to my visits to the zoo with my child. Why am I referencing my son constantly with this? But like thinking back to going to the zoo with him, I'm gonna say tiger.
Tiger. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if tiger's the right one.
I mean, I think you're probably right.
I think it's weird, but some of these sound slender, but they're really heavy. You know.
Yeah. I mean,
Like a jaguar runs really fast, right? But maybe it's like still ridiculously
I
heavy.
can't.
and
I
that's what's
can't
so
pick a
weird.
cougar. I can't pick myself, Poppin.
Hey, got him.
You took my joke away.
Got him.
I was gonna ask you. I was gonna say, how much does C weigh, Pashley? Okay, so you're going with
I'm going
you're going with
Toiga.
tiger, huh?
Toy like a toiga.
What are you thinking, Gloop?
I need your
information.
rationale.
I don't think jaguars are smaller. They're
That's
you
what
know
I thought too.
they're fast and smaller. The cougar has to be closer to the tiger. That you see him up, you know, in the trees, sleeping on the branches and stuff like that. They seem to be a little bit bigger. I don't think Cat Stevens is the right answer. I'm thinking like a human, like in a human male. If you think even just an average size of a human male, we've seen the videos where the guy comes back to the tiger that he like raised as a kitten, and the tiger comes and runs at him and like jumps up on him and gives him a big hug. It might be a lion or whatever, but we've all seen them. Like we know that they're bigger than humans, like especially when they raise up on their hind
Absolutely.
legs.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if
And they're bigger.
heavier though. I don't know if they're heavier though. They have to be. So anyway, process of elimination. I gotta side with the princess and say tiger's the biggest one.
All right.
Yeah,
2 votes
so
for
this is
Tiger.
The crazy thing is, I feel like Tiger is the answer. So what I do is I visualize.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
a tiger
that's
is
what I'm
about to
trying
jump on
to.
me. Ah! And I think like, would it knock me down like really
I wouldn't
hard?
want any of those things to jump
Would I?
on me, especially.
And then like a jaguar comes
Yeah.
out. Like, ah! Cougar. Oh, here comes a cougar. Ah! But then Cat Stevens, I'd be like, hey, sing me a song. Right? So I'm going with Tiger. I'm going with Tiger as well.
Across the board for Tiger, and you know what? That curse is working out pretty well for you there. Damn it! You're getting 2 points.
2 points.
Everybody else is getting 1. So we finally have somebody pulling out into the lead, and it's poppin' buckets as we go into our next question, which is called Meowty Pass. What is the name of the cat? What is the name of the cat who lives with Corbin Dallas in the movie The Fifth Element?
Oh.
Is it A, Ella, B, Sweetie, C, Paws, or D, Sal?
He never says the cat's name. You have to
That's
just
what
notice
I'm-
it on the bowl.
Yeah.
If
I have a
remember.
guess.
You have a guess?
Yeah, because so Corbin Dallas that's the Bruce Willis character, right?
Correct.
right. Yeah.
So it's like, what would Bruce Willis say? I mean, I look like Bruce Willis, right? So like, except uglier. So, like, if I'm like in the movie, I'm like, hey, so what sounds naturally like appealing? Like he has to have like this rough exterior but a soft side for the cat, right?
Oh.
Right.
So he's not gonna be like, hey Sal, what are you doing? No, he's not gonna call the cat Sal. He's gonna like
Right.
he doesn't have a girlfriend or anything, or maybe he does. I don't know. But like Paws, like that doesn't roll off the tongue. And like Sweetie, like that just sounds like maybe that's just misogynistic enough that like they were like, if you apply it to a cat, it's not. So we'll keep it in the movie. But I'm gonna roll with Ella. A.
All right.
Valid logical train.
I think I like this aspect of the show is explaining your answer.
Yeah.
You know, like when you were in elementary school and they're like, you might have gotten the answer right on that math problem, but you didn't show your work. Like, we're showing our work right now.
Yeah, I love it. That's honestly my favorite part of the show is like just people trying to game it out.
Have you seen the picture of the kid showing his work, and it's just he drew a picture of him thinking of the number.
Right.
The answer was 4, so he wrote 4, and then it was like show your work, and he just drew a picture of himself with a thought bubble, and there was a 4 in the thought bubble as well.
Yeah. Yeah. You show your work by keeping a journal of your long, arduous journey on foot to meet with the oracle who tells you the answer is 4.
I like the Princess Bride kind of explanations. Like,
I clearly cannot choose the goblet that isn't ready.
Seriously.
Right.
I was there for the shooting of that scene, you know?
oh really? Oh yeah, that's right. I get it.
Oh,
I get
God.
it.
It's a bad joke. It's a dumb joke.
No, that was a good joke. That was a good joke.
You should get
Just
that
bad-
red
the
dress
bad time to
like
tell
she
it.
wears in that. See Princess
Oh,
Buttercup.
am I allowed to Google that? How much that would cost me?
I mean, we've
Oh my
already
gosh, are you
Save it for
seriously
after the
googling
game
stuff?
show.
Oh
No,
my God.
No, right now you
I
have
don't
to
know, let's
answer
ask
this.
Alex
you're
What's the cat's
you're
name?
you're
What's the
only
cat's
allowed
I'm
to
gonna
Google
say
Chad.
Sweetie. I don't know why. That just seems Sweetie just seems to be. It just
What?
seems
Tell me,
to be
tell me.
calling to me. That just
Oh. I like this. I like this.
this is so
That's good.
like
This means
is
something.
so Pashley. It doesn't really mean anything. I'm like, well, it just I'm getting a good vibe from that answer. Like that's the shit my
Hey,
mom
let me
used to
give you the
say.
address to the Scientology building over
Like-
there. It's 3 miles away from me. I'm telling you. I think we got a believer here. All right.
I've seen
Uh-oh.
this movie 50 times.
It looks like
I've
we
only
have a
seen it once.
redeem. It looks like we have a redeem
and
to
you
take
never
a
heard
point.
the cat's name, probably, right? You're like,
Well, I know the scene. I know he shoos the cat away, and I think there might be a quick point where he puts like a bowl of food down. So the only time you get the name is like when he gets back to his apartment, right? It's before he takes off in the cab and all this stuff, and before everybody starts to come and invade him, right? So it's a real quick throwaway line and a throwaway scene, and I think he does a little like a little kissy thing or a little chooser off
Yeah.
the desk, whatever. And I think it's Sweetie is right. I think he's like, "Oh, come here, Sweetie," or "Yeah, watch out, Sweetie," or something like that. It's real throwaway, or it's on the bowl or something like that. You know, it's a real. I think it's Sweetie as well. That sounds right.
All right.
Mhm.
So we've
I'm
got
actually
we've got two
cheating.
sweeties.
I think that Bruce Willis will sound like he says Ella better than he sounds like when he sings Sweetie. Like his voice just sounds like it would be like, "Hey Ella," you know, like.
Okay.
But he's such, and he's such a cynical, like,
That's
chip
what
on
I'm
the shoulder
saying.
cop. He's not gonna give it a real name. It's just gonna be a pet. It's gonna be a throwaway name, just like Sweetie.
You know
is,
what? Sweetie would be right because he did Moonlighting, and he always had all these throwaway names in Moonlighting.
That's right.
Some
darling.
fly by night. Yeah.
All right. So we have Gloop with Sweetie, Pashley with Sweetie, Poppin with Ella. Is that right?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah?
going against what even chat's saying. I just looked at chat just now, and I'm realizing that no one gives a crap about A. That sucks.
Well, probably should have gone with chat because it turns out it is Sweetie. So while we had somebody,
My vibes were right.
yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Nice job,
job,
guys. Nice job. Love the logic. This is very good. This is very fun.
yes. Validated vibes. Validated. So Pashley gets back the point that somebody in chat paid to have taken away from her. And we I gave you
I
too
lose
many.
two,
here.
right?
He did
You
take
lose.
it.
You lose one as well. You lose
I
one
thought
as
I
well,
lose
Poppin.
two, right? Don't
Nope.
I lose 2 points if I get it wrong in this round?
You only lose one if you get it wrong. So now
Oh.
we have swapped around, swizzled around. Gloop is in first place currently, and this is not the
yeah.
cat, but this is excellent.
That's Ruby Cat.
Yeah.
Ruby Rock.
Wait, was that the cat from the movie?
Well, it was Chris Tucker's character in the movie.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I get it. I was about to say, there's no way that's Ella right there. I would have guessed Sweetie on that if I would have seen the picture.
Right. Right. Right.
Definitely is not exuding Ella vibes.
Right.
Yeah.
I would argue maybe there's a little Sal in here as well, but well, that's neither here nor there.
Hey,
That's-
forget about it.
Hey.
Yeah, sweet and salty.
All right. So next question, and the last question of this category is called long. The cat known
else I have.
for its famous. Hey, you got him. No. The cat known for its famous elongated picture, known as long cat, is named what? A. Shiba Inu. B. Shiroi. C. Kuishi. Or D. Densho.
Well, clearly,
Sorry.
Well,
Well,
when I
three of
went to
them have
the
a
zoo one time,
3 of them have a she in it. Three of them have a SHI, but one has an SHO.
Mm.
So therefore, I cannot choose the one with an SHO because 3 have a very common thing. Now you just have to decide between the commonality that the 3 share. Now 2 of them have she in the beginning. So
Yeah.
therefore,
Mm.
I want to roll with that one because Kuishi just ain't cutting it. It's not those
Yeah.
now between the 2.
Kuishi sounds
Shiba
like food.
Inu and Shiroi. Well, Shiba Inu sounds a lot more, correct. It's just, I mean, Inu is like a 3-letter word, probably means like cat or something like that. And
Probably.
Shiroi, that sounds like just a knockoff of Shira. Shiba, the cat food. A, Shiba Inu.
Shiba Inu. Okay.
Yeah, Shiba, there's a cat food brand, right? Shiba? I'm going with A.
Yes,
Yeah,
I think.
it's a queen. Like it's it's a cat, Egyptian, though. I think, and I think it's SHEEBA.
Ah, yes. As in the Queen of Shiba Inu.
Yeah.
I like this. Just pick one. We aren't finding the Zodiac killer here, buddy. Oh, I love that. I love that. That's someone I'd want to eat fish and chips with. I want to hang out with that person. Just chill. He's like, shut up and just
I am
eat the
deceased.
tartar sauce and just shut up.
That fish in your mouth.
I don't need to hear about how many.
Why don't you
whether
burn your
like
tongue in
dill
that
or
fish and
dill
chips,
relish
too?
or sweet relish. Just eat the shit. Sorry, excuse my language.
Yeah, that's true. One small bead makes a great point. We know we don't need to find the Zodiac killer. It's Ted Cruz. That's well known. That's well known.
We all know that.
All right, so we have Shiba Inu from Poppin, and what say you other two, Gloop and Pashley?
I'm backing all that up and going with Din Show for the exact opposite reason that Poppin
Oh.
Buckets just listed.
Oh, I love
Ooh, okay,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
So we got a
I
Shiba.
The only male name on there. I think all
I'm-
the
I'm gonna-
female name.
This is gonna be really dumb logic, but just follow me.
Okay.
So the end of Shiroi,
Okay.
I'm thinking French here, roi, queen.
Okay.
I'm thinking of like a queen bee is the biggest bee, so I'm
All right.
thinking Shiroi. Shiroi. That was. I'm not looking for the Zodiac killer, but I will lead you guys to crazy and.
All right. Well, vibe check pass again. Pashley gets it right again. And
All right, I'm closing all my browsers so nobody takes points.
all right. So, Poppin, you lose another point because of the Curse of the Gambler, but good news for you, that's gone.
All right.
So, next is the portion of the game that we call Chat Tyranny, where chat gets to pick who gets 2 points. So, chat, you have 3 minutes to choose who gets 3 points. And contestants, now is the time for you to basically to beg
Okay.
for the 2 points. Now, chat, you can award the 2 points to nobody. So if you don't feel like any of these contestants should get the 2 points, you can choose that too.
This is fascinating. Well,
I'm gonna just let you work this out real quick here.
by being humble and not asking for it, I might get it. So I'm going to peacefully cry behind my glasses and just hope that the other two contestants win. And I really am just so happy to be here. And it's Is that working? I don't know. Is it working? Can I vote for myself? Oh my gosh.
Is it working?
Anyway, chat, clearly we want this to be a three-way tie because then it will just make it more suspenseful. If you went for Pashley or Gloop, I mean, we would just have this unclimatic game. So there's absolutely no reason not to vote for me. But at the same time, if you don't vote for me and I'm this far behind, think about the adventure I would be going on to try to achieve extraordinary results. It doesn't actually matter.
Is he still going?
He's
Yeah.
still
Oh,
going.
Jesus Christ. I was like, am I on mute?
But the rest of us had we thought we all had a minute here. Now I got 20 seconds because he's taking
Yeah,
2 minutes
that's
out
cool.
of the 3 minutes.
Hold on, I have a few more things I want to say.
Fun.
I'm gonna stop. I'm done.
Don't buy into that reverse psychology stuff. You guys, what do you guys hate man's best friend? What are you gonna not vote for the dog? Put a bullet in this thing's head and give me 3 points. Let's put this horse out of its misery and let's take the dog home. Let's go.
I like that. I never thought of myself as a horse. This is cool.
So it looks like
branding
people want to
really.
give points to the horse here. So
Oh.
yeah, we've got 4 votes for Poppin, 2 for Pash, 1 for Gloop, and 2 for nobody. So we've got some spiteful folks in chat. We've got some spiteful folks.
I don't feel as light as Puppet.
It's look at that. You just got another vote. This is nice. People love you. I'm happy no matter how this ends, but of course I would love this to be close. Oh, it's close now. It's really close.
I'll just say I've always been this way about going on these things, and it's never really about winning.
Ooh.
It's always about hanging out with you guys.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
think it's about winning
Loser
gracefully.
talk if I've ever heard it.
What?
All right. Well,
Excuse me?
it looks like we've got a tie between Pash and Poppin Buckets.
I love your face.
So
Right on.
I'm going to make the executive decision that each of you gets 1 point.
Ah, very
That,
nice.
that seems that seems King Solomon-esque there. So let's move on.
That baby right at the intestines.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Which which one of you gets the upper half? Because that seems like the better. That's the hugging part. That's the hugging part.
Aw.
Yeah, that's a little
wanna hug
weird.
my
We're talking. Oh, well,
I did just get to hug him. He came back from the pool to give me a hug.
yeah. There you go.
Sweet kid.
Cutest.
All right. So this last section is the section that always happens at the end of Masoquiztic. This is the unfair category of questions. So let's dive right in. First question is called I Miss Vine.
But we have TikTok now. Anyway.
You can't sit with us. Actually, Megan, I can't sit anywhere. Is the answer A, my butt is missing, B, standing is the best, C, sitting is illegal, or D, I have hemorrhoids? Right. Table says as if the whole previous game hasn't been unfair. Yes, as if it hadn't been unfair enough, these questions are specifically designed to be obnoxious.
Justice Pirate is correct.
Unless you've seen these vines.
I am
Unless
a
you've
hemorrhoids
seen these
expert.
vines.
Listen, you haven't given birth, Poppin.
Well, I didn't say I'm the expert at having them. All right, good for you. But
I just admitted something.
but hemorrhoids comes from hemo and rhea, which are Greek for blood and discharge. So hemorrhoids is actually a bloody discharge from the varicose veins that are the rim of your anus.
No.
So, and it has been said that Napoleon Bonaparte would have won the Battle of Waterloo if he could have been on a horse, but because of his hemorrhoids, he couldn't sit on a horse, so he didn't have as much of a vantage point to make strategic decisions. So I'm going to go with I have hemorrhoids.
Okay.
Just because it has hemorrhoids in it, and I did a ninth grade biology report on it.
Hey, there you go. You mean just now or
I did a report now too.
All right. So we have a vote for hemorrhoids. And what say you other two?
It sounds like this sounds like somebody's throwing a hissy fit on a Vine because she gets bullied all the time, and they're like, "You can't sit with us." Well, actually, Megan, I can't sit anywhere. She's gonna come up with a horrible, like George Costanza, like I'm going with Jerkstore. I think it's like a horrible one that she's planned. I think she's like, I'm gonna go with standing is the best. Like she's saying that all these people who are sitting are that are cooler than her. She's making herself cooler, but saying, "Well, I don't stand anywhere because standing is the best." I'm gonna go with that.
Ooh,
So
Butt
I'm
Spot
gonna
does not like
go-
standing, apparently.
I'm gonna go with what my son would have answered. My precious 11 going on 16 would say, "A, my butt is missing." So
My butt is
Sounds
missing.
pretty good too.
I love it.
So
That is what Luke would say. Luke approved.
Sounds like
in the Vine, the response is actually, I have hemorrhoids. So
Wow!
conspiracy theory wins again. So Poppin gets a
To me,
point.
that was the greatest punchline. It had the most irony.
Yeah, there you go.
Like they just made it worse for themselves by sharing this information, but they're like
Yeah.
acting like they won. Like,
Right.
I can't sit anywhere.
I have
I have
hemorrhoids.
hemorrhoids.
Take that.
So there.
Okay, this one is called Checkers. The Spanish ska punk band called the Locos, formed in 2005 by the backup vocalist for the Spanish ska punk group Ska P, had which of these on trumpet? Is it A, Zampa, B, Nino, C, Louis Fran, or D, Pippi? What's great is I didn't make up any of these names. These are actually all real names from the Locos.
Yeah, so if you're a Locos fan, but you didn't really.
B. Liddy is making a very strong case for D.
He
Go with
doesn't have
Pee
to
Pee
make
'cause
that
it sounds
case to
like
me.
Pee Pee. Yeah. Hey.
I'm gonna go with PP.
All right.
If I was gonna be a trumpet player, I think that I would name myself PP.
That
Pippi.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Well, I'm gonna go with my initials PP
Okay.
and say D. Go for that D. and
Go for the
PP.
D.
Go for the D and the initial PP.
Defensive strategy.
Okay, we have a double PP.
I'm gonna go with Louis Fran.
Louis Fran.
Oh,
Okay.
that's very ironic. It sounds a little French. You know what I mean?
A bit.
Louis Fran.
The way you
that's
pronounced
good.
it.
A bit. And actually, that's correct. So, Poppin,
Wow.
Poppin just as Rigel said,
I want to see
picking
your
it
desk
up.
popping.
Yes.
My hands have been up the whole time. I'm staying away from everything. I want to show that. Wait,
Right.
there was someone that just told me.
I
like,
go with C.
and they told me that.
Yeah.
time.
They did.
Yeah. I mean, these researchers.
That guy needs a raise.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all need a raise.
All right.
How
So
many more
this
times can I use that?
this last
All-
question
all of
of the game is called Shrek. What is the fourth song in the soundtrack Shrek, music from the original motion picture? Is it A, Hallelujah, B, I'm a Believer, C, It Is You I Have Loved, or D, All Star?
I'm going with D.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with D because that's my son's favorite song in the entire world.
All
We'll
right.
rename this if Pashley were to answer for Luke.
Both of you guys went All Star.
We went All Star.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. You got to figure fourth song in the movie. That's probably very close to the beginning because you have a couple songs in the intro. Fourth song in the movie. It's like when he's doing his whole regiment, right? I'm gonna go with I'm a Believer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, none of you got it correct. It is C.
Ah.
It is You I Have Loved. All of these songs are in the soundtrack. So, we end episode 8 of Masoquiztic with a tie between Princess Pashley and Poppinbuckets. So, congratulations.
Wow.
And
You
thank
guys
y'all
are so
for
tough.
thank
It's
y'all
a roller
for
coaster ride of emotion.
Oh yeah, the ups, the downs. We laughed,
The
we
vibes.
cried, we talked about
We vibed.
PPs. Yeah, vibes
About
were checked.
hemorrhoids.
We grabbed peepees with
Yes.
peach
The
smugglers.
peaches.
Right. That's
I had a
true.
lot of fun here. I had a lot
That's
of fun
true.
here. Thank you so much, Dr. Central, for inviting me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on the show. So let's give a socially distant round of applause for each of our contestants. Thank you, Gloopdawg. Thank you, Princess Pashley. And
Thank you
thank
for
you,
having us.
Poppinbuckets. This was
Thank you for being here today.
a lot of fun. This is another episode of Masoquiztic. You can catch this Saturdays at the same time. It's 1 p.m. Eastern time or 10 p.m. 10 a.m. 10 not 10 p.m. not 10 p.m. 10 a.m. Pacific. I am your host, Dr. Central Potato, PhD. Thank you. Good night or good afternoon. I don't know. Maybe you're in
Whatever time zone you're in.
happy subjective existence. All right.
Have a
So
great day, chat.
we're out on that. Goodbye, everybody.
I've heard that the trick to being a good person is to do more good things than bad things, and that sounds pretty cool. Me, I mostly do neutral things.